short week, Will. We got a short week for Broncos football. Welcome to the That's Good Broncos prediction episode. Programming note, we're not doing the Madden simulation today. Sorry, but just because the NFL shortens its week doesn't mean Will and I can fucking rearrange our entire schedules to meet their stupid demands of Thursday Night Football. And every time you hear me complain about a short week, Thursday Night Football, player safety, no, I'm lying. And I'm really just angry that the NFL is messing with my workflow. It's like as soon as I get in rhythm, then I get this Thursday night game for the Broncos. And everything I do has to change. And I'm tired of changing my schedule for the NFL, honestly.
I'm right there with you. I think Thursday Night Football is great, except for when your team is playing.
Yep.
Then you get to make a ton of excuses.
Yes. I agree. But we are going to predict the Broncos Colts game. Yeah. Probably, if I'm being honest, a little bit better than we do when we do the Madden simulations, because we're really going to talk about the matchup more as opposed to reacting to Madden tricking us into believing that the Broncos are going to fucking win.
Yeah, Madden's 4-0. The real Broncos are 2-2. If only we could, trade some of those wins.
Yeah. And honestly, if John Madden found out his video game was making the Broncos 4-0, I think he would be a little pissed off.
I think he's probably rolling over in his grave right now.
Yep. Big Raiders guy. If you didn't know, John Madden was a Raiders coach. Kids.
Yeah, probably a lot of people don't, honestly.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about. Okay. We've got the Colts, who are 1-2-1, right?
1-2-1. Yeah, they tied. They're the only team that has not beaten the Texans.
Wow.
They tied.
Wow.
They tied the goddamn Texans. And they should have lost, too. They were down big.
That was the Rodrigo Blankenship misses a kick in overtime, and then Lovie Smith takes the tie.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting matchup. And I've said it a few times, and now I'm really starting to believe that the Colts and the Broncos are very similar football teams. In ways in which they're finding to not succeed. 2 new quarterbacks, 2 new veteran quarterbacks. Russell Wilson's playing better than Matt Ryan, but neither, I think, are having the success that fans expected immediately.
Yeah.
Their number one running backs are out for this game. We thought the Broncos were going to be dominating with their ball catchers, but really you've got Cortland Sutton for the Broncos, Michael Pittman for the Colts, and then it's kind of a guess on who's going to show up and make plays in the receiving game. Both defenses pretty solid, but they're going to be without Shaq Leonard, formerly Darius Leonard, if you're not up to speed, but the great linebacker for the Colts. Broncos are going to be without Randy Gregory. So 2 key pieces to that defense. A
lot of parallels.
Yeah, and the way in which both teams have found ways to tie and or lose or keep games too close has been a little strange. So all that is to say, I don't know what's going to happen Thursday night, and I'm not going to be surprised for whatever does happen.
Well, the Broncos are 3-point favorites.
Thank God.
At home on a short week. I think that always benefits the home team.
Yeah.
You will be at the game.
Yes.
So you'll get to see firsthand this new team. You'll be able to see our good boy Russell, Bustle, and Hustle, Man Muscle Wilson in person. Maybe you can look around and see if you can spot Nathaniel Hackett's babysitter in the press box. I'd like to get a look at him and see how hard he's working during the game. But one thing I found looking up, kind of researching this matchup, the all-time series with the Colts is tied 14-14. It feels like it should be. It feels like the Colts should be 20-8.
Yeah, well, I mean, Broncos fans just remember
the Colts, Peyton Manning destroying us in
the playoffs twice.
Yeah.
And then on my birthday, I went to a Broncos-Colts game when Peyton Manning played for the Colts and watched him just destroy the Broncos in the second half. I've told that story on the podcast before. That is when I decided Peyton Manning was the best quarterback I'd ever watched.
What year was that?
Were we both at that game?
No,
probably you were
not.
At the Raiders game, right?
Yeah. Was this like 2006?
Yeah, maybe. No.
2000.
Oh, maybe. No, it might have been 2006. Yeah.
Okay. I just remember like vividly watching that game. I think Adam Vinatieri hit a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, maybe. I just remember we spent a lot of money to go and then had our hearts broken.
Yeah.
Little did I know Peyton Manning would become my hero.
I talked a lot of shit about Peyton Manning before he came here.
I never did. I always liked him, which was funny.
I liked him. I just like, you know how like someone kills you all the time and you just like have to make up excuses for why they're good. So he's a robot. He's not a real quarterback. Like he's just he's a computer. He's more a machine than man.
I do know that. I do it for Brady. I do it for Mahomes. I do it all the time. But Manning was the only guy I didn't do that for. I was just like, he's just fucking good. He's just the best I've ever watched.
Yeah. Still is.
Yeah. I was just watched the ESPN. From one of the ESPN shows, they tweeted out a video of them talking about running out of shotgun versus under center.
Yeah, I watched that clip too.
Yeah, and it was a great clip because they're, it's ESPN, and you have all of these former players on there, but rarely do they really get into good football conversations.
Yeah.
Because they're always trying to do conversations that are going to get people titillated. But they had a great football conversation. And they tweeted something like, this was the best football conversation I've had on air or something. I watched it, and then I made like a dumb joke about it. But it made me think about like, because they were talking about how much easier it is for the offensive line to run out of run when the quarterback's under center. It makes it easier to pass protect. It makes it easier to run block, and it makes it harder for the defense to key in on what you're going to do based on what they know, like your preferences are or whatever. And it just made me think of like Peyton Manning, who he would run out of center, but later in his career, he basically lived back in fucking shotgun, I felt like. And it just made me think like, all of that's true unless you have a guy like Peyton Manning who can just sit there in shotgun and knows everything the defense is going to do and waits to see, and then he makes the decision to tear you apart, right? Like, yeah. That's what made him so good. That was literally my takeaway from that clip was, oh yeah, that's why Manning was so good. And it's why we've been questioning Russell Wilson, Hackett in shotgun in the red zone, right? It's kind of been a story for the Broncos.
It feels like just kind of reflecting on the first 4 games of Russell Wilson. We expected kind of like not Manning-like results, but we expected something similar. But the differences are so stark. Like Russell Wilson obviously does all these things that Peyton Manning couldn't do, escaping the pocket and just improving. Although he did improv sometimes, but like truly making plays off script. Whereas Peyton Manning, what he did that Russell Wilson hasn't done to this point is just kind of like manipulating the defense and feeling like there's always this kind of mental advantage in the chess match. Whereas Russell Wilson just feels like he's going with the plays that are called, and that's that. Yeah. Although he did actually call his own play after the big Hamler pass.
Oh, did Russ draw up the dive?
He did, yeah. The read option keeper.
Yeah. Not a dive play, but Russ diving into the end zone.
Dove into the end zone. Yeah, that was cool to hear. I hope they give him more freedom to do that. Yeah.
I think Russ, like, he's got to play on instinct a little more. We talked about that after the last game. After you walked me off the ledge, I overreacted maybe a little bit, but I appreciate that. It's
time.
The other thing I saw was Emmanuel Sanders on NFL Network. Or no, he was on Cody. Did Cody?
He was on Mile High Sports.
Yeah, he was on Mile High Sports with Cody Rourke. It was Cody's tweet. Shout out Cody, who's fucking great. But he was just talking about patience, Broncos fans needing patience. And like he's saying the shit we've said, that you got a new coach, you got a new quarterback, a quarterback trying to learn with an offense. It's like all the stuff we think about very logically midweek, but then when the game doesn't go the way we want it to, we're just throwing it all out the window.
We get so emotional.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. That's our job as fans, I guess.
Yeah. And when you hear a guy like Emmanuel Sanders say that, and it's not a former teammate of Russ just shitting on him, it makes me feel a little bit better. Like, okay, me saying be patient, let's give it a little more time, isn't like my orange shaded glasses or whatever. It's just actual how football kind of has to work sometimes. So that made me feel a little bit better. And I think the Colts might make us feel a little bit better on Thursday night.
This might be the perfect team at the right time. This is a team that beat the Chiefs too. Like,
yeah. What if the Colts are like what if they sweep like the AFC West
and lose
like all their other games?
Yeah. I don't know. That gives me a little pause because it feels like their ceiling is higher than they've showed. Obviously, the floor is low. They lost like 24-0 to the Jags. Who knows? The Jags might be good too. But with Jonathan Taylor out, not that Jonathan Taylor was like doing anything particularly special this season, but he is obviously has the potential to run for 200 yards at any given time. So we might get to see. You were anticipating Phillip Lindsay to be elevated from the Colts practice squad, which is kind of ironic because people were calling on the Broncos to sign Phillip Lindsay from the Colts to replace Melvin Gordon because Melvin Gordon fumbles a lot and is pretty good outside of that, whereas Phillip Lindsay does not fumble and doesn't do anything else very well anymore.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, if we could build the perfect Broncos running back, it's like we'll use Phillip Lindsay's ball security.
Yeah.
Terrell Davis's vision, even though the migraines kind of affected that sometimes.
Good point.
Let's see here. Who is the fastest Broncos running back? Whose speed do we want? I mean, Ronnie Hillman was fast.
Ronnie Hillman was really fast. I'll probably go with Hillman or like Tatum Bell, maybe.
Oh.
Tatum Bell was pretty fast.
Clinton Portis's tackle breaking ability or elusiveness, maybe better.
Yeah, let's go with elusiveness. Sure.
And Travis Henry's dick.
Travis Henry's ability to procreate.
Yeah,
with multiple women. Yeah.
Boom. Built the perfect Broncos running back. Easy.
It's great. It's the perfect player until he gets suspended a whole season for not playing child support.
And Maurice Claret's longevity.
Yeah, I think we just made a Hall of Famer. We just schemed up a Hall of Fame running back.
Yeah. Somebody
the next Brown.
Yeah, I was saying I wanted the Colts to play Phillip Lindsay on defense.
Yeah.
So that Melvin Gordon could fumble the ball away and then Lindsay could take it back for a touchdown. But somebody responded to that and they're like, no, how about Phillip Lindsay has his first career fumble against the Broncos?
Oh, well, wouldn't that be spicy?
And Melvin Gordon doesn't fumble at all and just has a great game. I'm rooting for that now. Obviously, it's in our best interest.
Yeah.
I think Melvin Gordon is going to have a good game. I think he still might fumble, but I think he might have a good game. And I think Zach By retweeted the clip when he was on. Was it the Bussin' with the Boys podcast?
Yeah, I saw that clip. Yeah.
And I remember seeing that whenever they did that podcast, and he was talking about like he just knew he was going to fumble. And I was like, well, at the time, I probably laughed at that. But now I'm like, no, that's why it's happening. It's a fucking mental thing in addition to whatever else is. And I don't think he's going to fix it. And I think after the game, he was very dejected. And I think everybody who was probably complaining, at least me complaining, I felt a little bit bad. I still don't I still like if you're a football fan, a football coach, he's too much of a liability in the game right now, but you don't have a choice on a short week. I'm rooting for him to have a big game.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have like a better option at this point.
No.
Because someone was talking, Kliss was saying like maybe Latavius Murray will play. Which feels
he's coming back from London, right?
Yeah, short week coming back from London. I know he hasn't played like until week 4, and he was good too. He had like 57 yards and a touchdown. But yeah, for a 32-year-old running back, I don't know. Let's just promote a Zigbo, split the carries between Gordon and Boone, and work in Murray next week probably.
Yeah, that's probably the smart move.
Yeah, Monday Night Football, so he'll have a nice break. I think so. Melvin Gordon ran for 408 yards and 4 touchdowns in a game versus Nebraska in 2014, and I think he fumbled twice in that game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really insane.
My buddy John Nah, who is a Chargers fan, kind of texted me out of nowhere. He's like, "So how you feeling about Melvin Gordon?" I said something back. He's like, "I know exactly how you feel right now."
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten the full spectrum with Melvin Gordon. We've gotten some really, really great runs, a lot of great plays. He's been awesome in the red zone, and he's had a penchant for the most hilariously ill-timed fumbles I've ever seen. Yeah, and it's just like it's incredible. I think I said it last time. It's like as soon as Robertson got his hands on the fumble, you didn't need to watch. You knew he's going to return it for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think I said it mid-play. I was like, "Oh, he's gone." He's just gone.
Sometimes you can feel those. You can feel those.
And Garrett Bowles was just so close to bringing him down.
Oh, Garrett.
Away.
Garrett, respect the effort, Garrett.
Yeah.
Look, if you've got a premonition like Will, why don't you test your luck at DraftKings Sportsbook? If you know what a team's going to do, you got a feeling they're going to have a big day, well, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You use a little code called DNVR, and you sign up. And new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. And check this out. In addition to the usual bets, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings Stooped Up 3D same game parlays. Now, I don't know if I like this matchup, and I don't think you can actually place a bet on this. But Matt Ryan, 9 fumbles. Melvin Gordon, 4 fumbles. Could they set the record for most fumbles in a game? Could you bet on the over of fumbles? I don't know, but I would probably take the under on passing yards for Matt Ryan, and that's my advice.
Yeah.
Why? Bets are down. Okay. And to make things even sweeter, you can throw down a stepped-up same-game parlay once per game day, all season long. I mess that up every time. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DNVR to get $200 in free bets if your team wins. When you place a $5 bet on any football team, that's code DNVR. Only DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. All right. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of this shit, Will. Okay. We were talking about free agent running backs, and when they did sign Latavius Murray, I was like, did you bring up Latavius Murray when we were looking through him?
I don't think so.
Because
probably brought up similarly aged running backs.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of it's a decent signing for your RB number 2, right?
Yeah, I mean 32. He's 32. He didn't play his first season. 5,500 yards in his career, 50 touchdowns. I remember going to a Broncos-Raiders game in 2014 in Oakland. I think Peyton Manning threw 5 touchdowns. But Latavius Murray didn't really play on offense, but he was the kick returner. And I remember seeing him in the end zone, because I had pretty good seats, and I could see him like fairly closely. And I was like, holy shit, that dude is huge.
Yeah, he's like 6'3".
He's a massive running back. Let me see. Yeah, he's 6'3", 230. I was like, why are the Raiders not like handing this guy the ball? And then the next year he went for over 1,000 yards. But I was truly in awe at the size of the lad. He was a marvel to behold. And now he's ours.
It's like he was with the Ravens last year. 501 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 119 carries. Like, he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on him for a 32-year-old back. He enters the league maybe just a hair late.
Yeah, he was the first time he carried the ball, he was 24 years old, which is like pretty old for a running back. So he's only got
that's like opposite of Ronnie Hillman, right? Wasn't Hillman like 12 when he entered the NFL?
Yeah. Hillman was like, in middle school. They drafted him straight out of flag football, essentially.
Yeah, he's the LeBron James of the NFL, but it shows the NFL's tougher. It's tougher than the NBA.
They mentioned that every single time he got the ball in 2012. Like, this guy is – did you know that Ronnie Hillman is he's only 20 years old, folks? It was like,
if Ronnie Hillman murdered somebody, he would be tried in a juvenile court.
This guy still has braces. Oh, that's another thing I would add to our perfect running back, Terrell Davis's braces in Super Bowl 32.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That would alleviate the migraines.
We don't have to build the perfect running back because Terrell Davis was.
Yeah, that's kind of just it. You know, it doesn't get much better than that.
I would throw in Clinton Portis's money-making schemes after his career.
His ability to commit crimes.
Don't do crime. Okay, so what do you have for you put in Murray, 11 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown in London. So decent performance.
Yeah. So, we'll see if he gets activated. I would expect.
I don't think it will be for this game, but I feel like the Monday night game after that, give me a steady dose of Latavius.
Let's get Latavius out there. Justin Outen was saying, the offensive coordinator, Justin Outen, was saying that.
Clarify who the fuck that guy is.
In case you don't know, we do have an offensive coordinator. Not sure what he does. But he was asked about Melvin Gordon, and he's going to get the lion's share of the carries. I have a quote. He said, with Melvin, he's going to carry the load, obviously. He said the word obviously as if it was like, duh. Of course, the guy fumbled 5 times in 4 games is gonna get some carries. Like, who do you think we are? We'll have a mix of Boone, and after that, we've got to figure out who can spell and who feels best in that position. But we trust Melvin going forward here. Do you think they really trust Melvin Gordon, or this is just a case of fuck it, we don't have anybody left?
Yeah, fuck it, we don't have anybody left.
It feels like maybe they're just like, I don't know, like. This could just be rock bottom for Melvin Gordon, and he gets better ever since.
Yeah.
Look, who knows?
He's not going to be worse than he was in the Raiders game. So
no,
I mean, I hope not.
Could he? I mean, there is a scenario where he fumbles once, recovers his own fumble, runs again, and fumbles twice in one play.
Yeah.
I think I would respect that if that happened.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope the Broncos
press conference.
I hope they pass the ball effectively. I just hope they throw well.
Yeah. For sure.
And I think the other issue is the offensive line a little bit. Is that getting any healthier? It
doesn't seem like it. I don't think Miners is going to play. Billy Turner's got like Bryce Callahan disease where I don't think he's ever going to set foot on the field this year.
Yeah, Bryce Callahan has 2 picks right now for the Chargers, by the way.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, just quietly playing some great corner ball for the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, our corners are pretty good.
But Surtain's awesome.
You see the Saints signed Chris Harris too to their practice squad?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Good for him.
Strap on Harris as he's no.
Strap on Harris. That should be on his Pro Football Reference nicknames.
I wish the Pro Football Reference nickname thing was editable like fucking Wikipedia.
Yeah. I wonder who does edit those. Maybe we can like slip him $20.
Yeah.
Sick.
How bad is Quinn Miner's hamstring thing? Like,
I don't know, man. I guess like hamstrings are pretty like high variance in terms of injury.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I think with like the way that offensive linemen set up too, and like the stance that they're always in, I guess hamstrings are pretty damn important because you're bending quite a bit.
Yeah, it's probably like you've got Glasgow in there, so you don't have to rush him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the offensive line has been really bad on the right side.
Yeah.
There was no push last week.
I think they should play Glasgow and Miners and a tackle. Just see what happens. And then just run when they get Latavius Murray, just run at that side.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think I was going to say we should draft a tackle this year, but don't have a first round pick.
We can get one in the second round.
Oh, do we have a second round pick?
Maybe not.
I was going to say, like, I was looking at that Paris Johnson kid from Ohio State. It's like, damn, this guy's good. What are the chances we get him? Oh, 0. Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'd still rather have Russell Wilson.
Yeah, no, me too. I think Russ going to play better Thursday night. He's got a little bit of a shoulder injury. I'm not worried about it. For some reason, that makes me think he's going to actually play better. I saw Brett Coleman tweeting about Russell Wilson, and
did he have anything nice to say?
Yeah, kind of. That he's throwing over the middle a lot more than he used to. So it's just taking a little longer for that to click. His completion percentage over the middle is like 61, which is lower than like the league average. But the Broncos also have 7 drops over the middle. So I think we've seen a lot of those drops, and they're hurting because it's close games. So I think that can get a little bit better. And I think we should hopefully see more snaps with KJ Hamler on the field this week. I think he showed I saw he played like 3 snaps in the game in last game. He was only on the field like 3 snaps, and one of those 3 snaps was the fucking bomb rushed through to him.
Sorry, you cut out for a little bit there, but I think I got what you said. I think I got the gist of it.
That KJ Hamler played 3 snaps, one of which was that bomb.
Yeah,
so I was like, put him on the field more is my point.
Right. Yeah, I was watching the game with my friend who is a Penn State fan. It's like, when the hell is your guy KJ Hamler going to do something? And then immediately, 55-yard gain.
Ooh.
So that part's big. Like, it makes defenses like have to respect the deep ball, because we've got a guy who throws a beautiful, beautiful deep ball and a guy who can run fast.
There you go.
So let's
do together.
I think they should play him more. I think they need a plan for what they want to do with Albert O, because he only got 2 snaps against the Raiders. So they have to be really frustrated with him. It doesn't sound like Greg Dulcich is going to play this week.
No.
And it's like, it's hard to rely on a rookie tight end to do much of anything too when he gets back. And it's not like he was drafted to be a blocker anyway. So I don't know. Like I thought Eric Saubert's been pretty good this year. But they use Saubert and Tomlinson quite a bit and go under center. I think trying to get a push, and it's just not working yet. But we'll see. We'll give him some time to adjust, and maybe Hackett draws up something good. I don't know. We should also talk about Randy Gregory's out for 4 weeks at least. So,
and he was playing well. He was playing very well.
He was playing well, almost too well. You're like, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, and that's been that's just been his problem is injuries. So
Yeah.
and they're happening again. Hopefully this helps.
Right. Luckily, we do have some depth at the position. I think.
Yay! One group. We got some depth there.
Yeah, Baron Browning. I'm excited to see him get like full-time or close to full-time snaps. Although I saw them dropping him into coverage quite a bit against the Raiders. I don't know. I trust them.
You can do that with him, right? Because they converted him from linebacker to outside linebacker or edge rusher.
He's a versatile dude.
And he looked great in the preseason. So, like, if we were going into this season, say we didn't get Randy Gregory and all preseason, we just had, we knew we had Chubb and we had Baron Browning, I'd be like, okay, I'm really excited about Baron Browning. So hopefully, he shows out on Thursday night, and then they'll get Nick Bonito in there a little bit more.
Both
third-round picks, right? Was Bonito third round?
I think he was like a later second-round pick.
He was at the very end of the second then, right? Okay.
Yeah. Then Dulcich was third rounder.
Okay. Yeah, so we need the young guys to step up there. Colts offense, I saw you got it here. 32nd scoring offense right now.
Yeah, I think they're averaging something like 14 points a game. I mean, the shutout certainly doesn't help.
Hell yeah. And the Broncos 29. So battle of a couple offenses.
Yes, I do think the Broncos offense is kind of what's the word for it? Trending up though.
Yes. Whereas
the Colts, I don't know. I haven't watched the Colts closely enough to really see, but it seems like Matt Ryan, like you said, 8 turnovers, 9 total fumbles.
Yeah.
Say what you will about Russell Wilson, like he is really taking care of the ball well. And
yeah,
I know he threw like a couple of bad passes against Seattle that could have been picked. But
could have, would have,
again, the one pick he did throw was not really his fault.
Yeah. Did you see, like, I don't remember a single throw in the Raiders game where it was like almost a pick or he's even freaking close to a pick.
Yeah. Usually when he misses, like it's a good miss, I guess.
Yeah. He doesn't take unnecessary risk. And watching what I have of the Colts, Matt Ryan is just seems a little stagnant in the pocket. He takes some bad sacks, and he just doesn't look good. Now he can still throw. He can still Mo Alley Cox finally had a game. That's a guy I took in some like late fantasy drafts because Matt Ryan's there. What's Matt Ryan's MO? Throw to Julio Jones and the tight end a lot. So maybe we see a little bit of our guy, Mo Alley Cox. He had like 2 TDs last week. That'd be a guy I kind of worry about a little bit, Mo Alley Cox.
Jelani Woods, who they drafted this year, had 2 touchdowns against the Chiefs. Mo Alley Cox had 2 touchdowns last week against the Titans. Always, like historically, tight ends a little bit of a problem for us.
Yep.
Although they did a nice job against Kittle and then Darren Waller last week. So,
yeah. Yes. But Kittle's – I don't know what the 49ers are fucking doing with George Kittle. Like, it's like they're not getting him the ball.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird.
It's like they're just using him to block for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, which he's a great blocker. But they should just kind of use him like Gronk, I guess. But I don't know, easier said than done, maybe. I don't know. I wish we had him.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Matt Ryan's been sacked 14 times. That's the 5th most. Russell Wilson, 12, 7th most. So
yeah, those sacks. I don't know. Those sacks against the Raiders were kind of killers.
Yeah,
it didn't feel like they. I don't know. It's just like you expect Russell Wilson to get out of a sack. But
he used to be great at it.
Yeah, now he's kind of like obviously like he's not as fast. No one's going to be as fast in year 11 as they are in their first 5 years, but the little difference makes a huge difference, obviously, in terms of like that split second and getting away from guys. But he showed he can still run when there's space. So
yeah, no, and I think
the number at the goal line too.
Do it, Russ. Let's see.
Do it more, Russ.
What else? Yeah, so we need somebody outside of Cortland Sutton to step up. Hopefully that's KJ Hamler, because I don't know if I trust Judy. He had a couple plays, but did Judy have another drop in that game? Was he one of the ones over the middle?
I want to say he did, but I don't know for sure.
Sutton had a drop too.
Sutton had a drop. I saw a chart. I should look it up, but Sutton and Mike Boone have there's like an EPA lost per drop, and Sutton has cost the Broncos the most in his drops.
Damn.
Maybe I can see the actual chart and give you. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Yeah, Darren Waller's drops have been the most costly. Number 2 is Sutton, and number 6 is Boone.
Boone's been thrown out 3 times all season.
Yeah. Well, I saw another angle of that throw to Mike Boone late in that game. That was a great throw.
Yeah, it was impressive.
On the run to his right.
Yeah, Russ is rolling out right, and then he throws back across to the middle. Yeah.
My guy Romeo Dubs is on here with 2 drops. He's number 10.
Yeah.
I think that was just because he dropped that ball in the end zone against the Patriots.
Yeah, not all drops are equal too. Sometimes a really good receiver has a lot of drops, but that's just because they get targeted a shit ton.
Yeah, it's like Tyler Conklin has 3 drops this year, but he's also got a ton of receptions for the Jets.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, interesting. Fair enough.
It's like, Michael Thomas had the most drops, but
150 catches.
Breeze threw at him 170 times or some shit.
Yeah, so you're gonna drop some passes, sure.
Yeah. So I think the Broncos can win this game by getting turnovers from Matt Ryan. It's got to be Bradley Chubb. So we want Jonathan Cooper, to step up, but this is Chubb's game to prove that the Broncos should bring him back next year.
Yeah, totally. This is a great opportunity for him.
Because if they don't bring Chubb back and Randy Gregory can't stay healthy, they have a pretty scary edge situation staring at them. And then, Melvin Gordon's got to play well, but I'm just looking for the passing game to click for the Broncos. I think it can happen against the Colts defense, and I didn't think I'd be saying that heading into this game because they're solid. They're a solid defense.
Yeah.
They're better when, Shaq Leonard's out there, but they're 10th against the pass right now.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, maybe their defense is better than I think.
Who have they played, though? That's a great passing team.
No, nobody.
Yeah, the Texans. Well, I guess the Chiefs, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll take that one back. It's hard to defend against those little flipperooskies in the end zone,
What's your prediction? Score prediction. We'll get out of here. We're just fucking rambling now.
Yeah, I think we win.
Me too.
Hope we win. I'd like you to see a win in person.
Yeah, I want to see a win. I went to the Browns game last year. That didn't work. So it feels like it might be like the Browns game, honestly. But
sure hope not. It could also be like that Cardinals game from 2018 where we just blow them out.
Yeah. I said the Broncos score 27 points.
I was going to say 27 too. I'm going to say 27-17.
I was going to say 27-20. So
okay.
Let's 27-20
to 18 and a half is what we'll call it officially.
Yeah. I'm feeling more optimistic just because the Colts and Broncos are kind of facing the same things. And bottom line, I think Russell Wilson's better than Matt Ryan now.
Yeah. Also, every team in the NFL is 2-2.
Yeah.
So except for the Eagles.
And Here's one. The 49ers looked pretty damn good on Monday Night Football, which makes me feel like the Broncos win over them carries a little more weight.
That defense is really, really good. Freaking Hufanga.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Where did he come from?
Hufanga.
Yeah. He's great. He's like
he's fucking solid.
Ed Reed out there.
Looking good. All right, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. The picks episode will be up tomorrow at some point. And let's hope the Broncos win. And Will and I will be back Sunday. We probably won't have a post-game recap because I'll be at the game. It's just not going to work out timing-wise. So Sunday, we'll hop on here, talk some Broncos, and appreciate all the support, everybody watching.
Can't wait.
Good night.
And let's ride.
Touche, John Elway's ACL.